praises that you heaped on me, I will get a pay.
President Uhuru Kenyatta has officially opened the 4th Regional Conference of International Association of Prosecutors in Mombasa. The 4-day conference seeks to explore avenues of information sharing amongst member countries across the African continent to resolve emerging transitional organized crimes pressing the continent. It aims to bring together over 200 delegates from 32 countries, including directors of public prosecutions, attorney generals, prosecutors, and non-state actors, to discuss country experiences and challenges in responding to emerging crimes and transitional organized crimes in Africa.
Transnational crimes cannot be tackled without cross-institutional as well as cross-border cooperation. Transnational organized crime networks continue to exploit legitimate public institutions established to support financial and business services. Preventing and containing transnational organized crime therefore demands a concentrated cooperative effort by all actors in the prevention, investigation, prosecution, and asset recovery segments of the justice chain. And it is critical that we maintain open dialogue, both formal and informal, and continue working in close partnership. And the Kenyan government is and will remain a committed as well as an active participant in these engagements. As a region, we have also adopted bilateral and multilateral arrangements with the objective of mutually investigating and prosecuting emerging transnational crimes. To facilitate this, criminal justice systems across the region must adopt a proactive approach to identifying, tracing, freezing, as well as confiscating funds and proceeds of crime, and to remove the financial incentive and monetary benefits of crime. This will ensure our success.
Nurdin Haji, the Director of Public Prosecution and the Cabinet Secretary for Ministry of Interior and Coordination, Dr. Fred Matiang'i, were in attendance.
Your support, Your Excellency, and encouragement is strongly demonstrated by Your Excellency's personal presence here this morning. It is no secret that Your Excellency's diary has in the past been extremely crowded with a number of important and essential engagements. For your information, fellow colleagues, His Excellency flew directly from the UAE on Tuesday to Kisumu, yet His Excellency has found time to grace this event personally. Your Excellency, this demonstrates your emphatic affirmation of the work of the Association of Prosecutors. We are truly humbled and grateful for that gracious gesture by Your Excellency, and know that it ultimately has a positive impact on the overall management of law and order and serves the public interest. For the last 2 days, Your Excellency, the International Association of Prosecutors 4th Regional Conference for Africa and Indian Ocean and the East African Association of Prosecutors Conference has engaged in deep deliberation and shared experiences aimed at improving prosecution and investigations of international organized crimes under the theme Effective Mechanism for Responding to Emerging and Transnational Crimes, Country Challenges and Experiences. Your Excellency, 30 countries from across the continent are represented in this curriculum, bringing together a broad scope of knowledge and an unprecedented depth of experience in one room.
What's happening here, if we have to be blunt and honest, is testament to the wonderful work that the Office of the Directorate of Public Prosecution, and particularly Mr. Haji and his team, have done. Truth be told, Your Excellency, when you took the oath of office in 2013, there wasn't so much to write home about in terms of institutionalization of the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. What has happened over the years is a tribute to your solid leadership. And I have had the opportunity as a member of the National Security Council to sit on the front row seat to witness how you have personally insisted that we allocate resources and support the intense institutionalization of the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. And we can see it, Your Excellency. If we had time, which we don't, I would have enumerated to these wonderful people how the Training Institute came into being, how you personally ensured that the DPP has got resources to build an institution, to train prosecutors, and so on and so forth.
The conference also aims at enhancing collaboration and improving the efficiency of African states to effectively combat criminal groups who operate in highly globalized and technologically advanced countries. It provides a chance to fully examine some of the most pressing emerging and transitional crimes, such as environmental crimes, money laundering, terrorism, corruption, and cybercrimes that affect respective countries. President Uhuru Kenyatta welcomed all the guests to Mombasa, saying criminals are now utilizing advancement in technology and increased interconnectivity to advance their negative agendas.
I'm informed that the objective of this week's conference was to review effective mechanisms for responding to emerging crimes and transnational organized crimes across the African continent, premised on a framework of shared learning. The theme invites all of us to reflect on the need for innovation in our strategies, interventions, as well as our respective operations. But more importantly, the theme also demands of us to rededicate ourselves to our global commitments to combat transnational organized crime, and to do so collectively, in a collaborative manner, but to also do so innovatively and in a manner that nonetheless always upholds our fundamental values. And so the key question we should ask ourselves is why nations should invest their efforts and resources in this endeavor. Available estimates by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime indicate that annually, illicit revenues and proceeds of crime equal more than $2 trillion globally. Africa itself loses roughly $88.8 billion in illegal financial flows each year, which is equivalent to 3.7% of our continent's GDP. In effect, our continent loses more wealth each year than it gains by at least $40 billion.
He added that measures need to be put in place to combat money laundering and counter the proliferation of cross-border crimes.